Hi, I'm Ray here at React Miami with Will Johnson. Will, thanks for sitting and having a chat with me. Why don't you give us a little information about who you are, who you work for, and what it is you do?
All right, cool. Hi, everyone. My name is Will. I'm a senior developer advocate at Auth0 by Okta, which is a security and identity company for the web. There, I mainly create videos, creating content, teaching developers identity and security concepts so they don't have to be experts. I take care of that for you. And thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out. My friend Joel used to work at Auth0. Do you know Joel Lord?
Yeah, actually, I do. I know him from like when I was doing stuff with Egghead. So yeah, I know.
So is this your first time talking at React Miami?
No, actually, React Miami last year, the first one was my first conference talk ever. When I had so much fun, like speaking here, meeting the people, of course, being in the beautiful Miami. I was so excited when they told me I got accepted again. So I actually brought my daughters
Oh, yeah.
down here this time too, and so that's been fun letting them experience it with me.
What are your thoughts on the conference itself?
The conference is really good because it has a lot of different types of talks, right? There's some things that are technical, some things that are more about like mental health, or things about like security, right? And all of these career type
Right.
things,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so that makes a lot of sense because it's relatable to many different aspects of our lives, right? And things that do involve our career. Because if you are burnt out, it does affect your performance. You're not able to perform as well. So if you can come here and hear a talk and they can give you some tips on how to deal with that burnout, you can go back to work and be a better and more effective employee. So I just love the mix of talks that they have.
Yeah. Looking at the schedule, the diversity of the topics that they cover is pretty good. And I like how with a single track conference that
Hmm.
has that diversity, you get to experience everything. Whereas
Yeah.
when you have a multi-track conference, sometimes you spend a lot of time just focusing on the things that you think are important and you miss
Hmm.
out on the good stuff.
Yeah,
I
I
think with this
agree.
conference, it's good. So low code platforms, do you have any experience dealing with any of them?
Not anything on a serious level. Like if you're talking about like Squarespace and stuff,
Okay, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I've used things like that. And even at Auth0, we have a low code tool called Auth0 Actions. You write like a very little bit of code, and then you kind of drag and drop where you want that code to execute. I don't have extensive experience, but I've used it in a little bit.
Okay. Based on the experience that you have with it, was there anything in particular that you enjoyed about the low code platforms or anything in particular that kind of was a problem for you?
That's a great question. I don't think anything, at least my experience, has been a problem. But the good thing for me personally is the fact that if I need to do something small or quick, I can get it done fairly fast without a lot of hassle. Just being able to drag a component to be on the upper left hand corner instead of writing the CSS to make that happen and trying to get in the margins and all that type of stuff. I can just bloop bloop, right?
Right.
Me personally, I'd much rather just do that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You're an advocate, but if like you were a developer and your boss told you that tomorrow we're going to start working with low code, how would you feel? Do you think you'd feel excited? Do you think you'd feel apprehensive? Like maybe your job's being taken away by technology or something? What would your thoughts be?
Me personally, no, I wouldn't, just because I know that whatever whatever you get freed up from, it gives you more space and opportunity to think of something else. So maybe I wouldn't be as writing as much code. Maybe I could be more effective at doing things like accessibility, or I can help out with performance, or there's like other places where you can be effective that you may lose if you're doing like a low code thing. So I wouldn't be offended or scared or apprehensive. I would just think of how I could be even more valuable.
Okay, yeah. So by using low code, your time would be freed up and you can do more things that
Yeah,
are.
exactly.
I gotcha. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? Anything you want to promote, maybe, or we can discuss about anything that's important to you?
Yeah, we can go over what my talk was about. It
Sure.
was about WebAuthN, which is a browser-based API to basically create passwordless login.
Oh,
Because I'm a big password hater, but WebAuthN like makes it really easy to remove the password, keep it secure, and be able to log in without having to manage 100 different passwords with different uppercase, lowercase characters, and all that type of stuff you deal with all the time.
okay. So is WebAuthn meant to be almost like a password manager, or is it meant to replace the process of authenticating?
Right. It's meant to replace the process. For example, if you basically put in your username and then whatever authenticator you have. So there's two different kinds. There's like a roaming authenticator, which is like the YubiKey or the Google Titan. You can plug those in and out of your computer or phone or whatever. And then there's the on-platform ones like the Mac Touch Bar or the Face ID, the Android fingerprint scanner. So instead of asking for a password, you'll put in your username, and then it'll ask you to authenticate with one of those, and then you would do whatever action you need to do, and then it would log you in. So you would never have to worry about thinking about whatever your password is.
Okay. Where would people go to find out more about that?
A good place to start if you're completely new to WebAuthN, never heard of it, a website called WebAuthN.me, so WebAuthN.me, and it gives you a demo, lets you actually try out using WebAuthN, like on your computers to see how the flow works. And then it has an informational part where you can read up on how the API works.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you for your time. And it's been a fun chat.
All right, thank you.